The first thing we have to do tonight is get rid of these feeders. We tried really hard to save them because it looks like they're original to the barn. But as much as we tried, we just had to demo the whole thing. Tear it out, David.
Okay. Comes down. So, right here,
Okay.
you would, up above it, you get a couple of beams, you go lengthwise on your floor, and screw it in, and then cut out the seal plate underneath. And then you're able to get a beam underneath it and be able to just, right along your wall, be able to lift it up enough. You got one there, you got one there, you have one. You would have to figure out it's some, you know, like it's right in the middle, so it actually might be underneath here. But it's, that doesn't go through. You might.
Nice hole.
Thanks.
No
Like it
humor.
was falling apart. That's where I was whacking. Nothing.
Too strong but not strong enough.
Not strong in the right places.
Oh, I gotta sneeze for days now, man. Well, David, you could always put on a puppet show.
You could. That's a shadow show.
Whatever, David. Shadow puppets. So do we need to reconstruct your table?
Maybe.
I don't know, you're gonna have to cut stuff with a miter saw?
Probably.
Okay.
That's the only thing I can think of. What time is it?
A little after 10, I think. It's young yet. 10:17.
I might call Justin and see what he has to say.
Okay.
If he has any ideas.
You didn't get him to come down here this weekend, huh?
No, he's got things to do this on Sunday. And that's only 6 inches,
6 inches of what?
the seal plate.
What exactly is seal plate?
It
Okay.
runs along your foundation.
Okay. So that's what you have to lift.
Right. So
Okay.
that's your seal plate on the top, and you have that one that runs along the bottom.
Oh. Harley's favorite spot. It's a good spot to sleep. David is trying to take years off of my life is what's happening with this project. Okay, so I should have grabbed the camera, but I didn't want to leave him by himself in case the whole barn collapsed on him. But we got the mostly the last bit of the back long wall knocked out. So he took the skid steer inside of the barn and knocked down the wall, which is frightening because it's flush up to the top part and you can only jack it so far. And so as it's twisting and coming down, it's pushing against the top of the barn and pushing against the siding and everything. So the top of the barn is wiggling as he's like whoo, ramming it in with his skid steer. And it is just, it worked. We got there. It's fine now. But it's a frightening experience. So I was just standing there the whole time praying, dear God, please protect my husband. And thank you, Jesus. He did. So the wall is down and he is attempting to kind of break up that concrete because now we gotta try to get it out. Or I don't know, it's messy. There's demo is only one tiny piece of all this. Sit. Not knock that over, preferably. Yeah. Harley, do you approve of our work? Is it adequate? She says I like being outside all the time. Free to roam. But I don't know why you're doing this. Nice burp there, David. All the pop getting to you? You just trying to stay awake?
Yeah.
Okay, let's put some posts in and then you can look at your Jenga blocks again. That was frightening.
All your weight's on this one, and I had a post there, but when I lifted that, it just fell because all the weight fell off of it. Because your upright actually sits on this beam, so all your weight for this whole side is over here.
Yep.
Then we'll have to get some boards to run to to the sides and stake, so you have some sway control. So tomorrow we'll be making sure everything's shored up and all the posts are level, and maybe just put some cribbage on the sides or on these corners and kind of in the middle, just get a little bit wider of a base in a couple of spots. So tonight we'll get a couple more posts put up there, so not all of our weight is sitting on our cribbage. And then that might be about it for tonight.
You might go to bed early?
Yeah.
Maybe midnight?
Maybe.
It's only like 9:40 now.
Yeah.
You're a frightening man.
Good thing I moved my ladder.
Was it on the other one?
Well, it was behind the wall. And I was like, it'll be alright because it'll split in half.
It did not split in half.
I have a feeling that's either going to fall in one or two pieces.
The back wall.
Yeah.
Is that a comfy spot? I think that's a little too big there, Macy. I think that's a bit much. Go find something else. You gonna go back for it? You want me to throw that for you? Where's your face? There's your face. Yeah. You want me to throw you the whole siding panel? Like the whole thing. So we have a board down there, and then put a board up there, and then we put our post in between. It's not very hard to hoop. Now you just look disgruntled that we're noisy while you sleep. It's really just a video about dogs. There's a lot of, like, we're gonna build a garden? But you destroyed mine! The earthworms have evacuated, David. There are no more.
Not true, I've done some.
Drop one. Drop two. Let me come hold it.
probably put one in the middle of here, just the kicks and wheels.
Very big. Yeah.
And then we'll put one at the end. It'll probably drop that back down on the concrete.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll do that. Yeah, we're able to set up pretty good that way.
Yeah.
Impressive.
I'm almost half tempted to do that when you drop the whole thing.
Oh.
Because if you do it this way,
It's a lot easier.
you're gonna drop it and you're gonna be underneath it. And then once you get to your foundation, you're gonna have a beam right there.
Yeah. Sure.
Since we have another 2 pallets to take apart anyway.
Yeah. Are you gonna get any more of those from work? No idea.
No idea. I don't know what equipment comes in.
Yeah.
You can prepare the next site. I'll get another board for up there.
Around here.
Somewhere in the middle.
Somewheres. What you looking for? Probably on the workbench. The way the barn's not enough.
No, these jacks just don't go down without any weight. So it makes it kind of annoying.
Say that's a nice step stool you built in for yourself.
It's amazing how firm those get after the weight gets on them.
Uh-huh. And then it's just a wobbly wall of Jenga. Is it sitting a little different?
So like sitting on this.
It'd probably shift forward and sitting on the siding part, maybe.
Well, we probably have this a little higher.
Oh, okay. Take the weight off of what?
That one.
Oh, that cribbage? Why?
So we can, because those bolts are through the upright, so you don't have the pressure in that one spot.
Okay. Okay.
So you don't crack that beam or something like that. All right, we're just finishing up here for the week. We got the 60-foot wall knocked out. We still have the 28-foot concrete wall to get pulled out. We got it raised, knocked those out, pretty much everything's let down. We're kind of squared up all of our posts. We got some 2x6s that are diagonal outside to help add some support, wind or whatever. And so that's pretty much it for the week. We're just cleaning up today, getting everything set, everything ready just to kind of hunker down, and we'll continue to pick at it the next couple of weeks, and hopefully we can get to the point where we can actually drop the barn. So I don't know if we've been 100% clear. The grand plan for this barn is actually to lower it down and make it a one-level barn. It is currently a 2-level. You have the hayloft above, and then what used to be kind of a milking parlor. There was like 6 or 8 stanchions on each side for milking, and then there was some feed troughs that were behind us. So that's what it was, but it is only about 8 foot tall, and underneath some of these beams are probably about 7 foot, and our split for them isn't wide enough to really use it to get any sort of equipment in here. We're very limited on space to where we are. And so by dropping the barn, and we'll be able to cut a big old door in and actually utilize the space to store equipment, to continue to store hay. The plan is in the back third or maybe half, we will build a loft, and so you can store hay up above and put equipment underneath or something of that sort. Since we'll have these beams that we can do that with, and we will have all the flooring and everything, it just makes sense to add that loft in the back corner or the back third, and that'll still give us plenty of equipment storage space that we're really in need of. At this point, if I can get it in, the only thing that goes in underneath the building is the baler, but right now, I mean, that's sitting outside just because I don't have access to that little white shed. So we'll show you just a little bit about what we did. Just kind of wrap up and review. We got that whole wall knocked out. We got that back wall there. We got all of our siding and walls pulled off over there. So over the course of a week, it really went pretty smooth, and we got a lot accomplished. So if money and time wasn't a problem, what we'd probably have done is setting up to do it a little bit better. We would have kind of done in the back corner, we got some beams and through bolted them and actually lifted it up that way. And that actually worked, I think, a lot better. You got a more even lift out of everything. Our beam actually went from here all the way outside, so we were able to lift up here and on the outside, which gave us lifting the middle of the barn and on the outside edge, and that just worked a little bit better for us. I would have done that to begin with if I would have thought of it. Also, I would have set up all of the beams, all of the cribbage, and lifted the whole barn almost a foot off of the foundation to be able to knock those walls out. We lifted it up just enough to be able to get the walls out because we don't have the cribbage to set and lift the whole barn yet. And this week I already had off, and it was kind of a split decision to go ahead and just start tackling this project. So again, if I would have had more time, if I would have been set up better, I think we could have got a lot more accomplished this week. but it would have taken a week or two prior to this to actually get it set up. So we'll take the next couple of weeks to kind of wrap things up and get it ready to the point where we can drop it, which will include removing that back wall and kind of just cleaning up some of this concrete that's around. So that's our barn. That's where we're going with it, and we made it this far without knocking it down, without knowing really what we're doing. So we'll see. Can't be too bad.